Selena. All right. What's in me is going to come out of me. Thank you for that. That's awesome. Is everybody having fun this afternoon? Woo! Good. All right. First of all, thank you to McClintock Entertainment and Photography for setting this awesome thing up. So, I was here 2 weeks ago. I'm here again, and I'm so honored to be back. So, I'm going to share with you about 3 of many things I have overcome. The 80s, driving a 2005 Ford Taurus in Farragut, and endometriosis. What's endometriosis? What is it like? Try having a millennial child, and the older they get, the more they depend on you, and they keep you from doing what you want. Well, ladies and gentlemen, after nearly 15 years, 3 states, 5 doctors, and 5 misdiagnoses, I finally figured out why I had upwards of 20 ovarian cysts and a dozen uterine fibroids, and why during that time, when I trained for a full marathon, when I wanted to run one of my long runs, I couldn't, and so I said, I ran only 7 miles because I wasn't feeling as well. And as you can expect, I had some other health issues that as a result of waiting that long and all that trial and error. Well, one of the things that is normal, has always been normal, to this day is still normal, is my thyroid. My doctor should have told me, upon diagnosis, there are going to be these pests out there who, when I tell them what I have, they will say, "Are you sure it's not your thyroid?" And I will just simply say, "No, it's normal. They've tested it. It's all good." I believe I was clearer than mud in my response, right? To take a page out of the Breakfast Club book, did I stutter? And the conversation would escalate, and I have not persuaded her that my thyroid is normal. That's when I take the next step. Singing telegram, that is. I put on a top hat, put on a corset, put on some fishnet pantyhose, put on some high heels, walk to her door, knock on it, she'll open it. "I just got a call from the doctor today. They said my thyroid is okay. My thyroid is normal. My thyroid is normal. Oh, what a happy day this will be." And then if she slams the door in my face, to say nothing of her calling the cops, I will take the next step. Social media. I love that, huh? Background color of my choice, and I'll put in all caps, "My thyroid is normal." And if she blocks me or unfriends me, I will realize that according to her, I'm not cool because I don't have the right illness. Me, not cool? I beg to differ on that. I come from the school of Mr. Schneebly, from the school of rock. I'm the cat's pajamas. I'm the bee's knees. That's right, the bee's knees. Because, and this is especially true in the aggressive advanced stages of endometriosis, I sounded like this. "I'm in so much pain! I can't eat, I can't sleep, I can't talk, I can't breathe! Leave me alone!" And I'll be rolling around on the stage. The audience would be at their feet, cheering, shouting, begging for more. While those who thought I had a thyroid condition are going to hang their heads in shame. So you're probably wondering, why didn't I become a rock star? I mean, come on, it's not too late to follow your dreams. No, of course not. When I'm not on the comedy stage, I'm where you are, taking photos of bands as a live music photographer. Not unlike anything else, I just went through some tests to see if I really wanted to do this, to see if I would really make it. Well, in 2021, I was really thrown to the wolves. Excuse me. I was knocked down by a mosh pit. The mosh pit had widened, and it knocked me over, camera and all. And I got right back up to take more photos, to expose them in more ways than one, both then and now. In 2022, a young guy chased me. This guy is almost young enough to be my son. He kept seeing me at shows, and he just seemed to really like the fact that I'm taking all these photos of bands. He just wanted me to do photography for his local content creation company, and I gave in eventually. In 2023, I had to talk about the most unbelievable, most unforeseen thing. I mean, I did not see this coming. My breasts. You see, after a really long evening of taking photos, we all had our arms around each other, our fingers in the peace sign or our horns up. We were all hugging each other a long good night, but there was one time that one of those hugs really hurt. And I showed it. And this guy asked me if I was okay, and I said, I'm fine. I mean, they say love hurts, but I didn't expect it to hurt like this. Furthermore, I had to eventually tell this guy that when he hugged me, my breasts hurt. And I thought our friendship was going to end. I thought he was never going to want to speak to me again. No. Leave it up to me to say that my friendship has strengthened with him because I talked about my breasts. So I thought, how about I just take some time off of photography, not go to shows, not especially of those who hug me, like my own kind of self-quarantine. Well, one of my photography guys told me that photography is addictive. Well, guess what else is addictive? Recognition. What did I receive during this time? Regional recognition. I concerned 5 bands from 4 states when they hugged me. So as you can see, I like photography. I really like it. It has really changed the way I think and talk. It has also made me realize that I really, really like it. And one of the details that I noticed when I first started in photography was 10 edited photos. I thought, okay, well, it's something I might have to get used to. So I asked this friend of mine about this 10 edited photos. And he said, no, it's just a guideline. It might change by the project. I said, good, because for a while there, I thought I had to be Bo Derek. Some of you might get that. The rest of you, ask your parents about it. So, one thing about when I do photography for any band, I always remember to take at least one photo of the drummer. And there was one I took in particular. This guy has somewhat long hair. He had trimmed his beard, and he was wearing some nice button-down shirt. And in this certain shot, he looked like he was in control of the music. I took a photo of him. and I put it in black and white. About a week later, I told him how good he looks in black and white. I work for this guy, so never in my life had I imagined that I would not only take photos of some guy I work for, but also compliment him on how good he looks in black and white. I don't know what it is about bass players. There's something about them. To be more specific, bass players who are men who have long blonde hair. I seem to take more photos of them than I do their guitarist and lead singer put together. So if this causes any bands to break up, I apologize. They are so photogenic. I don't know what it is about my Nikon D3100 camera that makes me take really good photos of them. Like there's this one guy, a local guy. He's in this really well-known band, and the first half of his set, he has his shirt on. The second half of the set, he has his shirt off, and his pants are just below his hips. Let me just say, at that point, I take really good photos of him, especially of his hair tosses as he's playing. And then there's another one who has made me a very, very thankful person. Thankfulness, a virtue that I just don't practice one Thursday every November. I'm thankful I didn't meet him until after he grew his hair out. And I now want to stalk his band. So, ladies and gentlemen, how serious is this thing I have with blonde-haired bass players? Actually, let me get myself off the hook. How bad is this thing with me and my camera with blonde-haired bass players? Got to factor in my camera with it. It is such that if something ever happened in their lives and they had to cut their hair, they would have to compensate me for emotional damages. I'm Julia Pope. That's all I have. I'm under the red canopy. I'll see you then.